Good morning, welcome to Planet Mojo. I'm down here in the woods for the first time since the snow melted, and I'm here to splint that American chestnut down there, but I am actually on my spray route, and it's really nice. Usually on this spray, this is the last spray of the winter, I have to walk all the way around here through fairly deep snow, and this year I get to take the gator down here, or I did take the gator down here. I can't drive the gator up the road that way. There's no gravel on that road. It's kind of hard to see, but this has breaker gravel underneath it, a lot of breaker gravel, and we can drive on this any time of the year, which is really nice right now. So I have this tree to spray, and then the very next tree is the tree I'm going to be splinting. I'm trying to get every little bud on this because as beautiful as it is today, we are getting snow in 2 days, 4 inches of snow, and probably 5 days of really nasty weather. We actually might have a regulation blizzard, heavy snow and heavy wind at the same time. So it's going to turn back to winter in a couple days, but all the more reason to make sure these get sprayed. They are 1 day overdue, which is just fine, but with the 4 inches of snow on the ground, the deer have had a chance to go out and start browsing on the vegetation, and with the snow on the ground again, they very well might just come and bite off the branches on my trees. So good time to get it done. All right, let's get over to the next one and get it splinted up. Here we are. Okay. I've told this story a few times now, but I'll say it once again. This tree, early last year sometime, a branch fell off one of the other trees. You can kind of see it down there now. And it landed right on top of this tree and pinned this tree to the ground. So the tree was under it and starting to grow up on the backside. So it is just crazy mangled looking. I did some splinting a bit earlier, but that kind of fell off. So what I'm going to do is put a really nice splint on this, get it standing perfectly straight, and then by the end of the year it should stand on its own and have a straight form. I do not want this growing like that because it'll just keep this shape. It'll go like that, and then it'll finally, it's like pointing at the ground. You can see that it's going to come around and make like a U shape. We don't need all that. I'm going to make this straight. Got a couple shoots here. I think I'm going to take those off right away. take off any damaged branches. Okay, I think that'll do it. And try a couple different ways of strapping this on. This is Velcro. Not 100% sure on whether this is going to do it or not, so I will use the other stuff as well. But I want to get this thing nice and straight. Now I'll use some wire core. Ground's still frozen. Yeah, I have some difficulties with this. Okay. Couple more straps to the rebar. The rebar was pounded in before the frost, so that's actually into the ground. I can't pound anything into the ground right now because the ground is frozen solid as a rock. Right at the edge of the hill here, so it's a little bit dangerous. And this tree is an American chestnut, restoration tree from 5 years ago. I believe that's about right. This is the second batch that we got, and I believe the first batch was 6 years old. One more up at the top, and then I think I'll put a few more along the trunk. right, one more at the top. Now, get the area around the bottom of the trunk. Get some of the leaf litter out of the way. And I'm going to spray this really well. Keep any rodents away from it. I can actually put this one back on, but I'm going to spray it first. Actually, I can put the longer one on. Alright, I'll put the longer one back on, but let's get that sprayed first. I had about 3/4 of a bottle of the old Stinkum left, and the rest of this is from the new bottle. And holy crap, does this new stuff stink. Which is a good thing, but when I was pouring the bottle, when I was filling it up, I got some on my finger, and like an idiot, I went to smell it, and like a super idiot, I touched my nose with it, and I've had this stinky smell with me this entire time. I'll teach you to be a dummy. Alright, I think that's going to do it. So there's 5 distinctive areas where I have trees growing. Along this road, which is only 2, then I have 3 bur oaks and the last of the American chestnuts right in that area right there. I call that the North Prairie. Then I have the 3-year-old bur oaks along the main road up here, and then the 1-year-old bur oaks along the road going that way. I am not going to bore you with all that, but I'll just pop in here and there if there's something to see. It's really unfortunate that we're going to get 4 inches of snow real soon, and that it's going to be pretty nasty out for a few days, but it is almost spring. It's only going to last 5 days, and then right after that it gets back up into the upper 40s and 50s and stuff, so that'll go away pretty quick. Alright, I'm going to go get these trees right here, and I will check back with you here and there along the way. This is why I spray these little things. That's my tree right there, and this is another native tree, and it's been bitten here, here, and here. And they'll do that to my little trees as well. And if it does get bitten off, it's not going to kill it, but it will set it back, and it'll just take that much longer for it to get to a decent height. Alright, one there, one in the woods, and then my big American chestnut up there. And here's the one that was bitten off in the woods. Nice clean cut. Now this will come from a bud and start growing again, but it's already, you know, it was that tall, and now it's this tall. And the tree that I splinted down there, That thing's been bitten off a couple times. That's, like I said, 5 years old, and it's still pretty little. All right, this is the big American chestnut. You can see where they bit it off there, 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 and there. It's pretty much all of the little buds there and there, there. This side's okay. And then again here, the end right there. Nope, that's okay. Yeah, they got a bunch of this, but it's gonna do just fine. As long as they don't bite the whole top off, and this can get a little bit taller, they're not gonna destroy the tree completely, and it should be just fine. All right, I'm gonna get this one sprayed and we'll move on. For those of you who haven't heard this before, the first year I was on YouTube, it was exactly 3 years ago in just a few weeks, I did a video on this. The mice had girdled this tree. This is the original tree here, and there was, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 shoots coming out of the ground. I chose the best one, cut all the other ones off, and this is it. This is that shoot. So the tree was probably 3 years old when that happened, and then this is another 3 years. So this will be this particular tree's 4th year out of the ground, but it's 6 years old. All right, nearly done. There's a whole bunch of people. Everybody's outside right now, so didn't want to film there, but I did the 12 trees, the 3-year-old trees, and the 3 along the edge of the woods, all by the south pasture. Now I just have 5 more to go along where Izzy and I walk, and that will be it for spraying the trees for 1 month. The next spray will be the 10th of April, and it should be pretty nice out by then. I don't know if anything's going to have leaves or not by then, but only time will tell. All right, the next one's right there, and then I will meet you back at the gator up there. The garlic mustard is starting to come back. I sprayed the heck out of it last year, and I'm going to have to do the same again this year, but there is way less of it this year than there was last year. But it's still a lot. Look at it. Through there. That's a giant patch of it right there. Patch going through there. But if you get in here early enough and start spraying this stuff before everything else comes up, you at least have a chance of knocking it down. Yeah, I sprayed really well through here, and it doesn't look like it did much of anything, but it's a biennial, so you gotta spray for at least 2 years. Hopefully next spring this won't be so bad. Yeah, it's everywhere. Look at that. All the green that you see is either grass or garlic mustard. Along the edges here, it's a little of both. Garlic mustard and a little bit of grass. From the story I heard, somebody imported this to use in like salads and stuff, and they were growing it in their garden, and it escaped, and now it's all over the place. Just a nasty, nasty weed. All right, I got this one, and there's one right there, and that will do it. All right, that's the last one right there. I know I made some predictions at the end of last year on which ones I thought were probably dead, but it could turn out that most of them are not dead, or at least died back to the roots. See, that one's bit off as well. Almost all of them are bit off like that. The rabbits will come by and see that nice juicy bud at the tip of it and just bite it right off. Hopefully it's not dead and it'll send something out from down here or somewhere else. Yeah, ton of garlic mustard through there as well. I really got to get out here and spray, but I'll have to wait for the snow to melt for that. Okay, I'm going to have to go get Izzy, and Izzy and I are going to go take our walk before we get snow, and it's too nasty to do it for a few days. Look at this mess. We had them high winds for a couple days, and there was already a lot of stuff on the ground here, but it just took a whole bunch more down. And there's a barrel way down there. A lot of cleanup to do this spring. So if you want to see that, make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comment section below. And if you share the video and or give it a like, it helps the channel out greatly. Thanks for watching and have a great day.